Hello everyone, welcome back to Placement Buddies. Let me welcome you all to another episode of Let's Hear from the Experienced Season 2. And today, in order to share her interview experience with Tech Mahindra, we have Gayatri with us. Hello Gayatri, welcome to Placement Buddies.
Hello, sir. It's great to be here.
Thank you. गायत्री हमारे ऑडियंस को अपने बारे में कुछ बताओ.
So my name is Gayatri Barhate, and I have completed my BTech in Information Technology from Government College of Engineering, Karaj, Satara in 2023 with a CGPA of 9.21.
Right. So Gayatri, like how did you come to know about the Tech Mahindra Off Campus opportunity?
So I started looking for jobs off campus in January 2024, and I got to know about this opportunity, I believe in February, in the ending of the month. And then I registered for it, and I asked some people on the internet, like, when can you receive the mail for it? Means when will it start? So in my case, luckily, it was after 10 days I received the link, and then the procedure started from there.
Right. So Gayatri, क्या eligibility criteria था and what was the selection process in this drive?
Look, about the eligibility criteria, I have colleagues who are BE also, and they are from electronics, electrical background. So pretty much everyone with a good percentage in engineering. That's the criteria.
Okay. And selection process क्या था? मतलब कौन से round के बाद क्या कौन से rounds थे and what was it all about?
Okay, so there were total 5 rounds. The first round was aptitude plus essay writing. So in the aptitude section, there were 2 subsections. The first one was numerical, which was easy, and the second section was logical reasoning, and then essay writing for 5 minutes.
Okay.
So talking about the aptitude questions, if you are good at aptitude, they were medium level questions. The difficulty was not that hard, so you can crack it if you are good at aptitude. Otherwise, you have to practice. And about essay writing, I clearly remember it was about describing a scene at school.
Okay.
So round one is very easy to clear, I think, because you can take help of internet too.
Right. तो essay writing और aptitude और reasoning के अलावा क्या round था मतलब उसके बाद?
Then the second round was technical MCQs plus coding. So technical MCQs was like theory questions plus outputs, outputs of codes. And then the second subsection was coding. There were 2 questions. The first was very easy, super easy, and the second one was a little complex. Means you have to read the entire description and interpret it. It was not that easy. I mean, yeah.
Right, understood. So talking about the entire online test procedure, Gayatri, starting from the aptitude, reasoning, and as you mentioned, there were output key questions, and then there were coding. So like, how did you prepare yourself? तुमने कहाँ से उसकी preparation किया था, and what were your strategies actually?
Actually, I was preparing for TCS NQT. So my aptitude was pretty good. Okay. And the coding is very simple. The coding questions are really simple. So I didn't had any problem regarding that also. So the preparation strategy would be very basic. You should be good, just good at everything.
Right. And what all resources have you followed except for like TCS NQT? Preparation for TCS NQT was enough, to crack all these questions, right?
More than enough. More than enough.
Correct. So Gayatri, after all the online test rounds were completed, interview was scheduled, right? So interview में what were the questions which were asked specifically? या फिर what was the technical plus HR interview experience like?
Sir, technical interview was round 4 actually. Before that, round 3 was a conversational round.
Okay.
So it's also an important round that you need to clear. So I remember there were 7 sections. So one section goes like you have to read the sentences displayed on the screen and they basically check your frequency. The second section was about you need to hear a sentence and you need to repeat it.
Okay.
And in the third section, they give you a scenario like 2 friends, they went together to get a coffee. So they will ask you specific questions that what was the name of those 2 persons.
Okay.
Okay. Only thing that you need to clear this round is you have to pay full attention because you need to hear things and you need to say things within a stipulated time. Then after clearing this round, after few days, I got a mail for technical interview.
All right.
And luckily, my interview was for 10 minutes only. Actually, it was a 2:20 to 2:40 slot. But I got into that interview at 2 only.
Okay.
right? So she said that we can start right now only. So obviously it started with my introduction, and at the end of that introduction, I told that I was a foodie. So she asked me about that, and then she asked that what DBMS concepts are you good at, because I mentioned that in my introduction.
Right.
So I told her, and she didn't cross question much. So I think this technical round, it heavily depends on the type of interviewer also.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Correct.
have to prepare almost everything. So my tips would be like you have to read your resume, and you need to prepare your resume and some basic questions. They will not dig deep because it's just a 20-minute interview. And then she asked me about cloud computing because I also mentioned that. And she do asked about HR questions also. So the HR question was that what would you prefer? Would you prefer a single person or a teamwork?
Okay.
So obviously I told her that I would prefer teamwork because in long run you need a team to achieve long term goals.
Right.
So she was pretty happy with my interview. That's why she ended it in 10 minutes. And then the last and fifth round, round five, HR was scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
So she asked for my ID. She clicked it, and again there was introduction part, and again she asked about that foodie part. Okay, and the only question I remember was about the conflict between, like, if you have a conflict with your colleague, then how would you sort it out? So
Okay.
this question, I want to tell all the people that this question was asked me in all of my interviews. So this is a very important question. You need
Right.
to prepare that. So you can say that I would like to sort out whatever thing has happened with that person in a private setting. I will also hear his opinions. Okay, so you
Mm-hmm.
have to prepare it. You can always chat GPT such questions. And behavioral questions are really important to crack HR interview. Yeah, that's all about it.
Correct. And coming to the technical aspect of this, as you mentioned, there were questions from DBMS and cloud computing. So, from
Yeah.
where have you prepared your DBMS and cloud computing skills? Where the class notes and whatever has been studied in academics, are those enough, or have you referred to any YouTube channels as such?
No, whatever you have studied during your degree, that is more than enough. So I just told her about the DBMS concepts, like what I know. I'm good at keys and normalization, transaction, and she didn't cross question that.
Right.
So you need to prepare pretty basic. Don't need to deep dive into anything.
Right. So those were the mostly the frequently asked questions from DBMS and cloud computing, right?
Yeah. And some tips about technical interview I would like to give is, as I said, that prepare your resume.
Mm-hmm.
She or he will ask from the resume only, and from your introduction. And generally, your introduction will decide the direction of your interview. So be careful what you speak in your intro.
Correct. And I want to mention it to all my viewers, as Gayatri mentioned, that whatever technical skills the panelists had picked up from her resume, it was related to DBMS or cloud computing, or maybe it's about the question of being a foodie. That is also a thing which you must have mentioned, in your maybe introduction or resume or somewhere. So you have to choose your words both in the like in a verbal as well as in written form, be it in your resume or through your introduction, very carefully, because you are going to get cross question from them only, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Mm-hmm. And Gayatri, what do you think? Like other components of resume include such as internships, projects, etc. How do these things come into a play, like come into play in such interviews? Internships, projects mainly.
So on the day of the interview, I mailed my few colleagues. I asked them that what are they preparing? What is she asking?
Okay.
So some of them told me that she was also asking about internships.
Mm-hmm.
Internships, you should prepare for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. I think that is all, Gayatri. Before wrapping it up, any particular tips which you would like to give for any of the aspirants who are like preparing for IT companies or specifically for Tech Mahindra?
For Tech Mahindra, I would say that don't stress out because all the rounds are very easy and you'll be able to crack it because everyone can. There are mass hiring, you know.
Mhm.
So you don't have to give any reason that they kick you out. Your
Correct.
behavioral question should be on point. So I would say that prepare behavioral questions at a very good level. To be honest, if you have to lie, lie, but you have to crack it at the end of the day. That's
Correct.
what I want to say. Yeah.
Correct. Okay. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Gayatri, for coming to Placement Buddies and sharing your interview experience. Wish you all the best for your
Thank,
future endeavors.
thank you, sir.
Yeah.